So this is the continuation of the video, find your purpose. Okay, and I said, if you fail to do what you're supposed to do now, that somebody, the person to succeed you or that will take after you to continue that thing, especially in your family, in your community, in your country, you know, and that person happens that that person will come in 35 years time, and you refuse to do it, God will not automatically bring that person into your now to come and do it. Because you know why? Because God is a God of order. He is a God of principle. He is not an author of confusion. He will not quickly bring the person into your now. Because why? You are still here and still very much with that grace to do that thing. So he will not just suddenly kill you before your time. Meaning, if you failed for these 35 years that you need to stay before the other person comes, the destinies, the people, the souls that are attached to your own destiny, or men and women, boys and girls that were supposed to benefit from what you were graced to come do on this earth, will not fulfill purpose. And you too, in the end, will end up not fulfilling purpose. Because why? Because your work is to help others to fulfill their purpose. You might say, how? In doing what you were born and brought to this earth to do. And not just on this earth to do, but in that particular environment and community, nation, and a place and family that God wanted you to carry out that assignment. So when we wonder, why are there no changes after about 400-500 of generations in some particular place, or 3-4-10 generations have passed, and that particular lineage is no longer, is not progressing, it's not this, it's not that? It is because the people or the person that was meant to do what he or she needed to do to keep the continuation of that lineage failed. He failed. He refused to do it. If we must be sincere to ourselves, or if most of our parents can tell us stories, they will tell you there used to be so family, a family like that, but nobody know about the whereabouts of anyone that can say he comes from that lineage. Because why? Nobody to continue it. The person that would have continued to pay the price or sacrifice to have continued that lineage failed, and he wasted all his years, finished, and he left. So no one could have succeed him, or he didn't left for himself any successor. Now you ask me, what will God not do? God will not, then the person to take after him, God will look for somebody elsewhere to take after him. I think that's one of the reasons we have so many problems piled up in our community today. Because the people that are supposed to be the one doing some certain things are not the ones doing it. The people that have been given the file, the people that have been given the scroll of that community, why they were coming to this earth, why they were coming to this life, why God gave them to their parents and families. The original occupants of that fire. He's not holding it. He's not the one holding it. So the person holding it is not qualified to open the seal. We can simply understand this even when the Bible talks. The Bible said, not until Jesus died and rose again and returned to heaven, no one was found nor qualified in heaven to open the seal. That is why there are some positions not everybody can occupy it. When the wrong person occupies it, they'll be coerced. But when the right person comes meant for that position, it begins to look like the person is doing magic. Things will just. But out of selfishness, like I said, selfishness or laziness or ignorance, we don't want to give room to people that we even know that they are the ones that are meant to be here. We want to take their place. You will imagine some telling you that they have the power to swap destiny, forgetting that when you swap the destiny, the crown meant for A will never fit on B. The crown meant for B will never rest on the head of A. So because it's not resting well, not well seated on that head, they'll be coerced. So find your purpose. It is very important. It is as important as anything on this earth. You know, there were some people God brought to their family to redeem their family from poverty. But out of, I don't know what to say, because maybe they failed. Their family remained poor for eternity. Maybe because they were afraid to pay the sacrifice of maybe suffering for quite a long time to break the seal. Their family remained poor forever. If they are lucky enough, that generation will be able to succeed until the person to take over from that particular person is born again into that family. That is if they are so grace. Why there are some, they are made to break some certain patterns in their bloodline. Some is untimely death. And God bring them as priests to give to serve him, so through them he can break those patterns. But they will get to their family and say, no, I don't want to be a pastor. Me, I want to be I want to be famous. So I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be an actor. They will do everything to go and be an actor. And the actor not go actor in their life. They will keep their line stagnant and still be blaming God. Say, pastors today suffer. I don't want to leave that. Forgetting that they need to suffer. Because for every greatness, there is a price to pay. For every redemption, there is a price to pay. Find your purpose. And while you have found your purpose, be ready to pay the price. I tell you, no price that is meant to pay will take your life. Because Christ has paid the major price of life for every other thing. He only asks us to not take our cross to pay the little ones. Why we exist to also earn our crown. It's not just about heaven, oh.